Throughout the film, the framing is pretty much the same, as everything you need to see is perfectly and consistently in the middle of the scene. This emphasis is put on the focal point even as the scene cuts back and forth through different angles. This is done to keep the sequence smooth and allows the viewer to see exactly what is going on, no matter how much chaos is thrown at you. The same logic applies to close-up shots and long shots. It's all done to help you make sense of the environment. The scene consists of close interior shots of characters backed up against bird's-eye views of the action from the perspective of the marauders, follow shots of moving characters, and wide shots of the canyon around them. This creates tension in the scene and relates how trapped the protagonists are in the situation, which conveys a sense of concern for the characters, as the climax of the scene is signaled by Angharad noise, which sparks a sense of dread in the viewer for the consequence of said noise. Finally, Furiosa's cue to Max breaks the tension and throws the movie back into structured chaos. The scene consists of close-ups, pans, and zoom-ins to clearly show the scope of the action. Again, the focal point is on the center, so the audience knows exactly what is going on through the eyes of each character. The music played heightens the sense of tension and dread for incoming distress that is interpreted by loud drums to keep the viewer guessing as to when the action is going to commence, until the climax, when the drums come banging down and we are thrown headfirst back into the madness.
Wouldn't want to shoot the wife, sir. Just probing.
He wants to help! Who? The war boy! Where did he come from? I thought we threw him off the ring!
There's high ground, just beyond that thing.
He means the tree.
Yeah, tree.
Leave him to me.
Say, anyone notice that bright light? Encroaching gunfire?
Get out.
All right, I can do this. I know this machine.
He does. He's a red hat.
You've got 2 left!
On it. Don't breathe.
Hey! 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 War boy!
Gotta use a winch. Run the tree thing.
Take this. Let's get the engine plates.
You drive the rig.
Hold up a flare! I am holding a flare!
Closer.
It's right in front of your eyes!
Ah!
Ah!
Brother!
I am the scales of justice! Conductor of the choir of death! Sing, brother Hawk! Sing, brother! Sing! Sing!
Don't they know they're shooting at us?
God, Fever!
To start with analyzing the use of color, look at how it was done first. This sequence was actually filmed in the Namibian desert in bright daylight, but was then transformed into a blue nighttime environment by colorist Eric Whip. This was done by filming the sequence overexposed instead of underexposed, which is what is typically done for a day-to-night strategy. In two specific shots of the blinded bullet farmer, Whip uses a background with white or lightly colored clouds behind him to express that he was under the delusion of receiving light from divine powers in order to guide him in his lost sight. Also, his lines are basically about calling upon these divine powers, but instead of God, he's praising German weapons manufacturers. This contributes to the idea that in this society, there is no room for true gods or religions. Instead, they worship machines and mechanics because, unlike the religion of the world before them, they survived the apocalypse. Although not about color, another bit of the scene that's particularly special is when Max is firing the Chinese SKS rifle. Basically, it establishes that this is not the story of Max, but the story of Furiosa and the wives. Max is just along for the ride. If the viewer didn't realize this before, this cut is the director's way of being as blunt as he can in a movie full of madness.